You won't believe what happened to Jasmine Collins that night at Evermore Inc.'s anniversary party. They dumped soda on her, right in front of everyone, laughing like it was some big joke. And Jasmine, she just stood there, frozen, sticky, and humiliated in her janitor's uniform. But no one knew the truth about Jasmine Collins. No one had a clue who her husband was. See, Jasmine wasn't just any cleaning lady. Behind that worn uniform and simple demeanor was a woman with a Harvard PhD in economics, a former professor who chose a different path. Her husband, Marcus Collins, was one of the richest tech moguls in the country, billionaire, influential. The kind of man who could buy and sell companies with a flick of his wrist. Now, the executives at Evermore Inc., people like Holly Bradford, the HR director with her icy glare and designer heels, Greg Holloway, the arrogant COO flaunting his watches, and Lisa Monroe, the marketing chief who talked about empowerment but treated Jasmine like dirt, thought Jasmine was invisible. That night, they made their move to humiliate her publicly, not knowing they were about to meet their reckoning. What they didn't realize was Jasmine had been watching them all along. She moved quietly through those marble hallways, cleaning, listening, observing the perfect ghost in a building full of snakes. She overheard Greg and Lisa plotting to siphon millions from company funds, a scheme so careless they thought a janitor couldn't understand. Let me back up a sec. There was this one moment when Jasmine accidentally knocked over a stack of papers near Holly's office. Holly snapped at her. "Can you even handle this? Make sure it's perfect before the board arrives." The words weren't just rude, they were laced with a kind of cruel racial disdain. Jasmine's hands shook as she picked up the documents and saw offshore accounts, embezzlement, financial lies all laid bare on those sheets. That night, Jasmine went home to her mansion in the city's richest neighborhood. Marcus was there, calm and steady, wiping the stress off her face. She told him everything, the jokes, the sneers, the schemes, and revealed a secret. Greg was once her student at Harvard, the one she failed in ethics. Now, here he was, showing exactly why that grade mattered. The next day, Evermore Inc.'s glittering party was in full swing. Champagne flowed, smiles were painted on. But beneath it all was rot. Lisa playing feminist, while sneering at women of color. Greg drunk and aggressive. The culture toxic. Jasmine moved through it all, invisible, but not powerless. Then came the moment of truth. The massive oak doors swung open, and Marcus Collins walked in. The room fell silent. Holly stepped forward, masking shock with a fake smile. "Mr. Collins, what an honor." But Marcus wasn't here to play nice. He wrapped his tailored jacket around Jasmine's shoulders, gently wiping the sticky soda from her hair. "Are you all right?" he asked softly. And suddenly, Jasmine wasn't just the cleaning lady anymore. Greg's bloodshot eyes widened. He recognized her. "Professor Collins," he whispered, the memory of that failed ethics class crashing back. The tension was electric as Marcus called the leadership team to the conference room. No arguments, no delays. Jasmine stood tall, voice steady, as Marcus played video footage from her hidden camera showing every sneer, every insult, every financial crime. The executives' facades cracked under the weight of exposure. Holly's face drained of color. Lisa looked for an escape, and Greg's arrogance finally crumbled. With documents laid bare, embezzlement, tax fraud, offshore accounts, the reality hit hard. This wasn't just about firing employees. Criminal charges were on the table. Officers escorted the executives out while Jasmine, now revealed in her full dignity and power, faced a room of stunned employees. But the story didn't end with justice served. Jasmine addressed this company, talking about respect, integrity, and real opportunity for everyone, not just the privileged few. She introduced radical changes. Executives would work entry-level jobs quarterly. Hierarchy barriers would crumble, and open communication would become the norm. At first, some resisted. "I didn't get a PhD to mop floors," One vice president grumbled. Jasmine smiled softly. That attitude is exactly why this is needed, over time. Walls broke down. Genuine connections replaced forced smiles. The company culture shifted from fear and exclusion to inclusion and respect. One skeptical employee even admitted, "I never realized how exhausting it is to be invisible all day." That realization sparked real change, turning critics into allies. So, what do you think? Was justice finally done, or did this reveal just another layer of a broken system? Have you ever seen someone like Jasmine ignored, underestimated, rise up and flip the script? Share your thoughts below. Who's responsible when power blinds us to basic human dignity? Let's talk about it because sometimes the quietest voices carry the loudest truths.